Republican leader.
Our good friends on the other side still don't seem to get it. They're twisting and turning, not in an effort to cut the debt, but to borrow as much as they can with the minimum votes they need to pass this bill. And the best part of all is their justification. You guessed it. They want to blame President Bush for their own unwillingness to pay for this bill. They say that because the debt grew during his administration, they're immune to any criticism for dramatically increasing it themselves. Well, I've got some news for our friends on the other side. Nobody's buying that anymore because there just isn't any comparison. When President Obama took office, the deficits he inherited were projected to be $4.3 trillion over the next 10 years. 1 year later, 1 year after President Bush left office, the Congressional Budget Office had to put out a revised estimate. After just 1 year of Democrats controlling Washington, estimated deficits just over the next decade had nearly doubled to $8.1 trillion in the middle of a recession. In other words, at a time when projected revenues coming in are actually decreasing. Or consider this, the largest annual deficit ever accumulated by the previous administration was $455 billion. The largest annual deficit ever accumulated by the previous administration was $455 billion. So what did President Obama do when he took office? He wrote a budget that guarantees average annual deficits of more than double that every year for the next 10 years. More than doubles the largest deficit that we had during the Bush years, and anticipates that for every year for the next decade. So the kind of spending and debt Democrats are engaged in which they're committed to continue year after year, is like nothing this country has ever seen. We've never seen anything like this. And it threatens not only the livelihoods of our children, it threatens our national security and the very safety net Democrats claim they want to protect.